Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aamir Siddiqui. I'm actually a co-founder and CEO of OrangePro.ai. We are building AI co-pilots for testers, so software engineers and testers. Can we have this? Um, a bit about myself is that my background is in testing and development. I've been working in California for the last 20 years. Before Orange Pro, I was working for different enterprises, ServiceNow, Salesforce, Oracle, Ford. And one of the things that we have done today is try to kind of go through you in a journey that I have actually embarked upon in the last probably year and a half. Basically, what I did is I left my job at Ford in 2023, around May. And the reason why I did it was that at that point, the GPT 3.5 actually came around. And I was just trying to be understanding of what it means to me and what it means to like in terms of getting new applications built on top of it. So it took me some time to read about it because most of the people here knows that a lot of this innovation is happening at the breakneck speed. And it's really hard to keep up with those stuff. So in the next 9 minutes or so, I'll try to take you to a journey of what I understood around Gen AI and what we are building to kind of, which is relevant to my experiences in the past. So my first interaction with predictive machine learning is in around 2015 or so. I was working for a company called ServiceNow. ServiceNow is an IT management company. It actually creates digital workflows for customers, for businesses. And one of the tasks that we have given was to kind of integrate these machine learning models with our customer success tickets, customer support tickets. So before my talk, somebody was talking about the customer tickets and customer incidents. We try to integrate the models or train them to kind of get those solutions or resolutions in time. Once we integrate these 40% incidents, the result that we got was astonishing because what we got is that almost 40 to 50% of the incidents were resolved without even going to the customer support people. And our net promoter score, which is like if you actually ask someone that whether you want to refer this application to someone else, how likely it is possible, actually went to all the way from 6.5 to 9, which is a great score for an industry if you think about it from IT industry standpoint. Okay, so fast forward to 2023 when the first time this ChatGPT 3.5 came around. One of the things that this model actually provides is that it has been trained on a large corpus of data, which means that it actually goes and gets all the data that is out there for internet, and the neural network that it has, the transformer model at the behind, actually makes it looks at the world and understands the world just like a human being does. So for instance, now you can, most of the people may have used ChatGPT, so it's probably a moot question. But how many of those people actually use ChatGPT for your work so far? Okay, like almost 50% of the people. The thing is, when we train these models, and the power that the models have is the reasoning and the linguistic understanding of your world. So basically, you can talk to your computer, and the computer cannot even understand what you're saying, but even understand the context of what you're actually talking about. So that's a very powerful thing. That wasn't there before, let's say 2023, when the ChatGPT wasn't there. And also, the interesting thing is that it's not only actually understands the text, it actually understands your images and videos. So if you think about any data that you have in your corporate, it's not just text, right? It's like videos and your text and images. So these models actually become multimodal over time. It's still in a very early stage. We still have a long way to go. But it's fascinating to see that you can create your images, you generate new videos, without actually, and they are like completely new models or completely new images. They were not existing before. But you know what? What I understood in the last 6 months or so is that every technology have its own pros and cons. So it has its own, two coins. There is a reason why some of the models hallucinate, which means that they actually provide you the information as if the information is factually correct. So for instance, if you ask why Lahore is called the city of lights, it can actually make up a reason for you because it's creative also, right? That's the superpower of it. But then it can be used in the other way that it hallucinates and it actually gives you a wrong answer. It gives you actually the reason why Lahore is called a city of lights. In fact, it's not. So there is a reason why you have to be careful about the hype that is being created about the AI. There is a lot of company that is being built in the last 8-9 months, and 80 or 90% of the companies went out of business in the first 3 to 4 months, because what they are doing is they are creating a wrapper around the GPT model that's the OpenAI actually built, and they have no moat or economic moat or any identification for their own applications. So whenever you're building something on top of your large language model or single point of failure, you just cannot create the whole end-to-end experience for the user. But with all these imperfections, as you can know, right, these ChatGPT is the fastest app that reached 100 million users. So we have a hype also, but there's a truth also that there is a hype, but there is also a hunger for these kind of applications where you can see, you can actually create your own data and generate your own images and your videos as well. Okay, so in a sense, we have 5 levels of companies here. On the very top, you have AI enhanced companies, which is a company which is using AI for just as more like to make the things more efficient. And all the way at the bottom right, you see 5, which is the AI first companies. So AI first companies are the ones which were not been existing if Gen AI wasn't there. And we are seeing a progression from number 1 to number 5, and there are opportunities on all of those companies. In the level 2, you have AI product extensions where you can create a locking mechanism with the AI and create a moat for you and make it more like a product market fit. And then you have a AI as a product and AI first. So these are the 5 different levels that we are seeing today, at least in the Silicon Valley, that people are actually using Gen AI to integrate with the existing product, or they are creating brand new products which were not possible before Gen AI. So AI consumer layer, one of the key things or key success that is going to make it like work the Gen AI in the future is your mobile applications or your consumer side applications. Like there's a B2B application side, which is more like an enterprise, which I am into it more. But there is another side of the B2C side, which is like applications that are built on top of like a mid-journey or some other cool tool that you can create over the LLM, large language models. The reason that, no, actually, go back. What we are seeing today is, if you think of like probably 15 years ago, 2007, when the iPhone came around, it took almost a year and a half for the ecosystem to get mature and the applications being built on top of it. So WhatsApp came around 1.5 years after the iPhone came around, and then Uber and then Pinterest and DoorDash, all of them around probably 1.5 to 5 years. As we actually getting to the Gen AI revolution, if you think about it like this, we are seeing probably the same trajectory of applications being built, probably on a shorter time scale. Not going to be going to take 1.5 years, but it will take around a year and a half to get mature, the ecosystem and all that. And then you will see a lot of influx of these unicorns that we have seen in the past. And this is not the first time we are seeing. We have seen this before mobile app or iPhone when the internet came around. But the time scale is getting shorter and shorter over time. So we are talking about the AI level playing field a lot, right? From a politics standpoint, I truly feel that this Gen AI revolution actually creating a democratization of knowledge, which is the same as when the internet came along. So a lot of information that you can access today, they are probably cannot be accessible or behind the gated paywall that you can access it today through ChatGPT or any other large language model like a Claude or Desai and other large language models that you can think of. And the battery is running low. No, go back. So what LLMs are ready to do today and what they are not. One of the key use cases for LLMs today is like your chatbot, your Q&A, your summarization, and you can generate your text and your images. So these are the 3-4 use cases that people are really kind of fond of, and it's like an initial hype was created, and now they are actually building more deeper applications, but that was the initial set of things that people are interested in. So for instance, if I give you an example, like if you actually have a legal document, and you don't want to read the whole legal document, but you want to ask questions whether the legal document aligns with all the requirements, you can upload your legal document in ChatGPT or any other, for that matter, GPT tool or app, and you can then ask questions that whether this form has this field or not. So 20 pages of document, no human labor is needed, just a simple prompt and you get your answers. So that significantly reduces the size or the effort from people's standpoint. What we are seeing today is also the models have become cheaper, just like a transistor revolution that happened. And what we are seeing is eventually we are going towards like smaller models that you can run on your phone also. In fact, there is a model today that you can run on your phone. And also the inference cost will go down a lot. So you will see a lot of these applications being built in the next few years. And that is something that just makes a lot of opportunity for Pakistan, especially for people who cannot code, but there's a lot of tools which are low code or no code that you can use and kind of create those apps. Forward looking, we will see a lot of large language models, but they will be fine tuned. And we are seeing a lot of industry reception because right now, like for instance, data annotation. So the lifeblood of these large language models is your training data. So how do you get the training data? So there's just enough data in the world. So one of the key reasons that these machine learning revolution, when it started off like 10 years ago, there's a big industry around data annotation where you can look at the image and you can look at what this image is about, and then you can feed that data into the machine learning models. Right now, with large language models, you can synthetically generate that data. And we have done a project in the University of California, San Francisco, where the machine learning models do not have enough data for Southeast Asian population for lung cancer. So what happened is whenever you actually have someone from Southeast Asian descent, try to predict what's the chances of them developing lung cancer, there is not enough data to predict accurately. But with large language models, you can generate that data and you can kind of feed that data and then make the models more smarter over time. I'll actually go through it quickly. The reason why these large language models are kind of is a balancing act because they are good in certain ways, but also in the bad where they can provide you with different like hallucination and biasness because they are as good as their training data. And this is the first tech, by the way, that actually can improve itself. So for instance, if you have a nuclear bomb cannot create its own next version, but these technologies can, and that's why there's a whole security layer, there's a privacy concerns, and over time, you will see a lot of different things that comes on for the AI governance that, want to make sure that these applications are secure and safe. One of the genesis of my Orange Pro is that we are creating a testing platform for evaluating the hallucination and biasness in those applications. And all that, I've seen the last 1 year or so prompted me that there is a need, there's an area for this to explore, and that's what we are doing today. Next one. This is just a demo of our tool. Basically, it's AI Copilot. It can actually click you, and you can see, and then you can ask any question, just like ChatGPT, like what is my test gaps, what is my test, what are the things that I'm missing here, and all. Okay, final thoughts is, we are going towards AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, which means that you can, actually before this, somebody was talking around having medical and plus AI. Here, you can see that, a lot of this AGI will become your doctor, where you don't need to go to a hospital and get a hefty bill after you get being seen by a doctor. Here you can have a lot of this information being trained on AGI, where they can diagnose you, and they can actually see you, and they can predict whatever, you kind of can develop a disease in future with a very cheap cost. And this is not like a sci-fi thing that is going to happen in the next 20 years. It might come in the next 6 to 12 months. And it's not just about tech, it's about how we are actually creating products that actually touches you. So one of the things that one of my mentor told me is that when there is a gold rush going on, sell shovels. So don't look for the most flashy thing for Gen AI. Look for something which is more like back-end, and kind of can integrate that with the existing product line, and then people will be using it, generating their own or building their own products. That's about it. I think I'm over time, so I don't think we have time for questions, but thank you.